Good morning, everyone. It is September 13th, 2018. I'm Eric. There's an article over at DC Clothesline. People are fighting for food as authorities warn Florence could be a storm of a lifetime. So, this isn't even a major thing yet. And already, people are fighting for food. This is why. This is exactly why you, like many others, should have food pre-stored for these events. Because God only knows, do you even have any money to go to the store to buy more food? I know my freezer is full. I have lots of rice. I have lots of milk. I have lots of bread. Not that milk's going to do a whole lot of good if the power goes out, which we should be expecting this to happen. Even though I live a little over 200 miles from the coast, we're still going to get tropical storm strength winds, and the trees here, they're pretty weak, and they get knocked down pretty easily. So we're going to end up without power for a couple of days anyway, more than likely. But people fighting over food and water. And this is why I tell you, at least once a week, that you should buy rice, beans, peanut butter, canned meats, dried meats, dried foods of all kinds. You should have, a stash of bottled water. You should have a water filter and life straws. You should have a weapon. Not just one weapon, but 3 types. You should have a melee weapon. You should have a crossbow or compound bow, or what was that one thing called? Sling bow. I would personally suggest the compound bow and the crossbow, but some people are going to swear by these sling bows. And of course, your firearm. And you should have your firearm well hidden, because we know what happened during Hurricane Katrina. And by the way, the so-called experts are saying that this storm, this hurricane, is going to be comparable to Hurricane Katrina. So, getting your weapons and bringing them with you for your evacuation, probably a good idea. Because there are going to be people that stay behind, government officials included, that will go out and loot the homes that have been left empty. They will take your firearms, they will take your gold jewelry, anything they can get their hands on. Just recently, for crying out loud, my little girl's bike was stolen. Now I had to come up with an extra $100 to buy my child another bike. It was only left out there for like a half an hour, too. But, such is the way of the world now. But you think people are acting like this now, right? They're going fucking nuts. They're fighting each other. How do you suppose they're going to act when a extinction level event takes place? Sure, people are going to help each other after the fact, but before the fact, people are going to fight for the crumbs that are left, all because they didn't think ahead and prepare with some food, some water, and other provisions. It is the unprepared parents out there who would really pose the biggest threat to anybody who has anything. I mean, what lengths would you go to feed your child to make sure that they didn't starve to death? I can tell you with 100% certainty that I will do whatever it takes to make sure my little girl and my sons get fed one way or the other. And if that means eventually having to kill for food and water, then so be it. So be it. And that's what I was talking about yesterday when I told you you're going to have to abandon your morality in order to survive. Because right now, killing a person, it's taboo. It's not something that you want to do unless you're defending yourself. But when rule of law is gone, when people are trying to survive, the rules are different. And if you don't understand this, if you don't understand that the rules are different, you're going to die. And if you have children, they're going to die right along with you. I mean, what if this storm fucks up one of these nuke plants? I mean, one of them is only 2 counties away from me. I'll tell you what if. They'll cover it up, they'll act like it's no big deal, and they'll try to push a business as usual. And then people will start getting sick, having cancers that didn't exist in that area to the extent that it will. But, you know, the doctors, like in Japan, they can't utter a fucking word about the radiation causing all kinds of different problems to their population, such as birth defects, such as thyroid cancer. So, what if this happens? What if this hurricane destroys one or more of these nuke plants? What's that? Where's that going to put us on the West Coast, or East Coast rather? It's going to put us in dire straits. And if these nuke plants are damaged, there's no place for us to go. You got wildfires out west. You got Yellowstone in the middle of the country. Then you have the East Coast that is going to be radioactive wasteland if one of these plants is damaged, just like Japan is a radioactive wasteland. And it's just a matter of time this notion catches up to the Japanese people. Now, if I were the Japanese, if I were one of them, I would call for the hanging of every one of the fucking politicians and the executives there at TEPCO. Because it is their stupid decision that made the disaster worse by placing a nuclear power plant in an earthquake, tsunami prone zone. Yes, I would call for the hanging of these people, just like I'm going to call for the hanging of the motherfuckers who put a nuclear power plant right in a hurricane zone. I mean, you kill one person, you have the potential in a lot of states to get the death penalty. You kill multiple hundreds of thousands of people slowly, well, that's just not murder, is it? You know, Monsanto, you know, the geoengineering, you know, the toxins, including radioactive material in our water. You know, right? So, people in a real severe shit hit the fan event, they will not be civilized. They will not give a shit who you are. If you have something they don't, such as food, they're going to try to take it from you. The question is, are you ready to kill for the stuff you've accumulated? I hope you are. I really do. Till next time, people, kill the state before the state kills you.